Speaker. Last week, a Christian family of 8 was killed in Nigeria. 2 weeks ago on Palm Sunday, an attack on a mostly Christian Nigerian town left 28 dead. Since 2009, Boko Haram and others have waged a brutal campaign attacking Christians in Nigeria. Millions have been displaced, villages destroyed, churches burned, and entire families murdered. Reports indicate over 7,000 Christians were massacred in 2025 alone. 3 churches on average are being destroyed every day, with over 18,000 churches destroyed since 2009. These attacks aren't just political disputes, they're violent attacks against innocent people just because they're Christians. Canada must speak out and stand up for the persecuted Christians and push the international community to act. Freedom of worship and conscience are core Canadian values that we can't ignore. To our brothers and sisters in Nigeria, we haven't forgotten about you. Stay strong, keep the faith.
Wonderful people, viewers and subscribers. The voice you just heard is one of the reps at the Parliament of Canada. What am I trying to say? I'm going to play the complete video to you so that you are going to listen everything line by line. But I want to make a kind of appeal, because some people will see the headline now and say it does not connote with what is being spoken. You know, before you want to say, if you say this thing is tasty, you say what the thing tastes like. Before it's even before these people will come out in totality to declare their stance to join the Biafra struggle, they must pinpoint all these areas that the government is lacking. Are you hearing me now? Because some people will say now, oh, the headline says that the Canadian leaders have joined the Biafran struggle. Why they make ordinary assertions of the number of people that are being killed? Yes, you can interpret it that way. But to my own interpretation and understanding is that these people are backing what we have been fighting for since. So if they are backing us now, or what Nnamdi Kanu have been shouting since, what does that mean? Automatically, maybe you might not say, okay, directly they are supporting Biafraexit, but indirectly they have already tell you that these people that are being mutilated, that are being marginalized, that are being fired on daily basis, that they deserve to have their own freedom. Are you hearing me now? So that is the case on ground. Okay, Canadian leaders have joined the Biafra movement. It's part a kind of a global breakup of Nigeria, a safe nation for Christians. Abi? Yeah. They want to make a kind of a two-state country. Like they have the Muslims and the Christians. But I don't think it will work that way. Let every region, we are three different regions in this country. Let the East go. That is old Eastern region. And let the West go and let the North go. If they like, when they get there, they should separate themselves between Northeast, Northwest, and North Central. Southeast, if they like, they will still maintaining that demography of South, Niger Delta, or whatever. That depends on them. But let the 3 regions that have been originally before that nonsense amalgamation, let them stand that way. Anyway, this message is very, very simple. Now they are interested to support the Biafra movement. That's exactly the point I am trying to make here. I will allow you to see the full clip of this message as we proceed. So please, hang on a minute. Let me show you the message, the way it ought to be.
All right, welcome, sir. Everybody. News reaching us that the Canadian government has alerted the international communities that due to the killings and terrorist bombing in Nigeria, that it is triggering that Nigeria should break up, and that they have tagged politicians, as terrorists in Nigeria. What do you make of this?
Yes, with the breaking news, not surprisingly, to a lot of millions of people all over the world, especially those who have started the awareness of the conquest agenda in Nigeria. It did not start now. It's as old as independence. Yes, yeah. I can tell you that the conquest agenda is as old as independence of Nigeria. The amalgamation of Nigeria has gotten to the level of the amalgamation, and it has gotten to the level that people that are being killed in Nigeria by these extremist tendencies are more than people who are dying in a conventional warfare anywhere in the world on daily basis. I think on that basis now, the Canadian government, the Parliament, felt otherwise that they needed to bring this thing to alert international community and world leaders, powerful nations of the world, that I think what President Mikano and Samonipa has been projecting and been talking about, has come to a point that it has attracted global attention, and there's need, because before now, we saw it very clearly that the Canadian government has already tagged Nigerian political parties terrorist organization.
Yes, I forgot that. I forgot to also remind us that they have already prescribed Nigerian main political parties as terrorist organization, PDP and APC. So, if they come up now and tell you that they are supporting Biafra, I don't think anybody have to marvel. If they come out now and say they are joining Biafra now to get their freedom, I don't think everyone have to be surprised, because they have already started the movement since long time ago.
And there is a supposed hidden list of terror sponsors in Nigeria who are already in government. If not, check out what Jonathan said. Jonathan said that Boko Haram are in his government. No Boko Haram he's talking about. Our politicians who has compromised national unity to drive this extremist fundamentalist agenda. Nigeria is under serious conquest. Forget what the ACM, the World Consultative Forum, are talking about now. Nigeria has always been in a state of war right from independence till this moment, even before independence. But because we are Africans, we pretend a lot. And that is why you cannot see any black African nation developing until Biafra comes. Because we need a modern nation. Everybody is talking about America today. Everybody wants to be like Canada today. Why are people making reference to those countries? It's because they set a standard. People want to be like them. Which of the countries in Africa that an African black man can be proud of?
A 22-year-old with 28 days of AI training is currently...
Yes, he is making a very big point. Biafra is the only reason that will make any black nations to triumph. Believe it or leave it.
I'm not surprised when the Canadian government came up with that position that it is no longer funny. They've alerted the world, and they have made it very clearly that since it has gotten to that level, and the aim and the objective, like you watch in the video, you know say I'm the one that said it. You saw the Parliament addressing the whole world. But the person who was able to alert Nigerians, who was able to tell Nigerians what is actually going on. There was a conspiracy theory, a judicial attack on him, and they sentenced him to Sokoto prison. He has not gone, he has not killed any general in Nigeria. But today, we are seeing the number of generals that have actually died.
That are being killed.
What is Nigerian government doing about it? Absolutely not. And this alert has always been coming from the Canadian government. And this is the latest one now. And it's a clear message to the global world that it is time to implement the clause that says that the amalgamate Nigeria after 100 years. Now the question is, what is this people actually looking for? Why is it that the Nigerian president is not going after them? Why is it that every move is seen to be sabotaged? It's not about Peter Obi. I keep on saying it. Peter Obi has less than 4 years or 8 years and he get out. the ideology we are talking about has already been armed. Who is going to disarm it? Some say there's no nation on earth without religion. But they have built a synergy between religion, extremism, and politics. Imagine them coming out and say they don't want to see any Christian in Middle Belt. They begin to wonder, is Nigeria really a secular nation? A lot of people know that Nigeria is not a secular nation. Nigeria is not a secular nation. And if you look at the process of understanding what a secular nation should be, given to the recognition of Biafra. Biafra as a nation existed for almost 4 years with recognition. And those nations that recognize Biafra up to today have never come and said, we do not recognize Biafra again.
Not true.
Up to this moment.
They never denounce it.
Up to this moment. And once Mazina Mekano came out with the narrative, trying to let people know of what is going on. Those who are saying that we are fighting insecurity are the one that manipulated the process. Thank God. Everybody is what they're just trying to deceive some people. Trying to waste a little bit of time so Donald Trump can finish his tenure and go. Then we're going to see 99.
Not true.
Okay, I'm telling Peter Obi very clearly, I'm saying it. I'm not against your political ambition, sir. But we must face this fundamental truth because the issue has become fundamental. Peter Obi presidency cannot stop an armed ideology based on conflict. Okay, let me give you an instance. In Iran, in Lebanon, in West Bank, in Gaza, these are developed cities. What is happening there? People have less than 4 years or 8 years to go. Then what happens? Who tells you that he cannot be sabotaged like the way we are saying it, that Ababio just came out and said a lot of those things are just lies. The global world, the global community, please share this video. Peter Obi's presidency has been seen. Maybe possibly at the end of the day, Atiku was able to say, okay, Rose, understand this thing very clearly. That it is another delay tactics. And paint a certain picture about the Igbo identity in Nigeria. Then after Obi's 4 years, or before Obi's 4 years, the support fearful global leader that is bent on running his agenda based on American foreign policies. Any terrorist you see anywhere in the world, America is against them. And Obi goes, Trump goes. Who is going to stand for the reality of that? And that's the question. But why is it that the southern Nigeria is always afraid of the north? Politically and otherwise. The north control the resources of the south. The south does not control the resources of the north. And that's the picture. And when there are resistant voices, the Southeast governors and Southeast politicians, they pretend a lot. I see they don't know what is going on because they are afraid of the northern oligarchy, Fulani, that made them who they are. You can see how they are pushing towards Enugu now. Every night they are pouring into Enugu. And when there is insecurity in Enugu, he said, hey, where did it start? We don't know how it started. Okay, the governor of Peter, but are you not seeing it? Look at the governor of Benue State has compromised. Plateau State, you saw him hiding inside a more tank to address his own people. But this is the Nigeria you are talking about. Emirates have only 3. Today, Emirates have close to 400 airlines. Nigeria have no national airline. Nigeria be this. We never see anything.
Point by point, this guy have broke my arms with every point he drops on this video. Chai, God.
We are seeing it very clearly that even Gowon is not saying anything. Danjuma is not saying anything. The middle belt leaders, they are not seeing anything. And that is why the Canadian government has alerted the international community that it has gotten to the point that they need to activate and invoke. I always say that it does not take America and Trump anything to dismantle the breakup of this country. It does not take. We have been at war since pre-independence over the same issue. What led to Nigerian civil war? Why were the Igbo people being killed before independence? If you go to the south now, you cannot see a Fulani man building mansions and factories trying to establish. You cannot see them. Add value to the society. You cannot. It is only the Igbo people that wakes up 4 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning and come back. They barely work 20 hours in a day. But still, they are the most hated in this country. They contributed so much to the development of Nigeria. Okay, we cannot continue. A day will come that the center will no longer hold. Jonathan said there are no go areas. Those no go areas are where there are problems lies. Who's going to tell the Northern, the Fulanis, who are less than 17 million people in population, with all the governors in the north? There's no Hausa governor, there's no Hausa senator, there's no Hausa local government chairman, there's no Hausa councillor, there's no Hausa emir. And you're saying you're fighting insecurity with an ideology that's already armed. And they're advancing to the south. They are advancing to the south, politically and otherwise. The United Nations, the UK government, the Israeli government, the American government. People are dying as a result of their faith in Nigeria. And what is that faith? National unity of Nigeria has been preached by Gowon and the rest of them, has become a weapon of infiltration by the Fulanis to dismantle and continue to plant Islam, jihad, against people who are non-Muslims. And that is why we are asking for a safe Eastern nation state called Biafra. Thank you and God bless.
That is the end of the message. A very, very capitulating message, a heart-touching message that awaits every one of us. At the end of it all, we must give account of all our actions. Our land is going, but our elders are not doing anything about it. But rather, they choose to pursue wrath when their mansions is on fire. I will not proceed much. This one you heard and the one I have just said have contributed enough to anybody who really want to learn about the existence of the Igbos in this contraction they call Nigeria. I'll be right back.